start with you, though, because it's been described, Carnival Medea is both a visual and oral spectacle with something for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, how so?
Well, that's what the reviewers said in
Yes.
Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm yet to see what the reviewers in Trinidad will say. Carnival Medea, a Bacchanal, that's the name of the play, and it's co-written by myself and Shirlene Holmes from Georgia State University in Atlanta, and it tells this. It tells the story of the. It's adapted from the Greek classical tragedy Medea by Euripides, and what we did is take and put it in a Trinidad cultural milieu using the traditional carnival characters as the main characters in the play. So Jason, for instance, is a stick fighter. Medea is a baby doll. Creon, who is the the governor of Trinidad, the Governor General of Trinidad, he is a midnight robber, and so on. So we have taken the Greek characters and given them a Trinidad carnival context. All right. The play obviously it tells the story of Medea, who has been forsaken by her husband Jason for a younger bride, for a younger woman who he marries, and in her pain and despair, she takes revenge. In the original text by Euripides, she takes revenge by killing her 2 children and taking the bride as well, you know, sending a gong and headgear that will poison her. But in my Trinidadian version of it, no killing of children happening. What I do what the Caribbean woman what she does best, which is deny the man access to his children. So what she does instead is she flees to Venezuela with the 2 children, and he being a stick fighter, obviously, and it's 2 boys. He being a stick fighter, that hurts him a lot because it means that he cannot pass on his traditions of stick fighting to his boy children.
How was it difficult to choose, because you said it's based on the Greek Euripides? How difficult was it to get the traditional mass characters to fit into those characters?
I look at the idiosyncrasies and the behavior of the characters in the Greek version and liken that idiosyncrasy to a carnival character. So I always, in fact, what we're doing is taking and bringing the traditional mass characters, bringing them into living beings, as human beings, right? And I always liken the midnight robber to be a politician. All right? So I made the governor, you know, of Trinidad a midnight robber, because Medea is she obviously is concerned about her 2 children. That is typical of the baby doll mass. So Medea plays a baby doll. Jason, because he's seen in her eyes obviously as what I would say, kind of a womanizer, a kind of a bit of a village ram. We liken him to a stick fighter. All right, and it's a bit of a double entendre there. All right, the bâtonnet. The tutor to the children, Pierre Grenade. Pierre Grenade is that, you know, the Pierre Grenade character. He spells a lot. Then we have the legislature from Venezuela. He will play a military mass, sailor mass, and that's because, you know, the Venezuelan political system was one which was a military one kind of a government. So that's what I did in taking the characters and likening them, likening the Greek character with the traditional mass character.
All right, so that sounds really interesting. I think you got it. You got exactly what our Trini characters will be with respect to the Greek.
And in the Greek tradition, you don't ever see the horror and the violence, right? It's normally brought to you by the messenger. So in the play, the messenger is a chantwell, a calypsonian. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Please
love it. I'm
me,
loving it even more. That's fine. I'm loving it even more. Lead actor.
One of.
Well, one of. But Jason, the stick fighter.
Yes, yes.
Joseph Jomo Pierre is the stick fighter. Right. He is the man in this thing. What's it like being a part of this? And how do you get into character to do this?
It's exciting for me. Number one, just being back home and getting a chance to be on stage with so many people that bless the stage down here that are native to here. And in terms of the character, it's really as a man just trying to tell the story on a deeper level, as in my understanding of what it is that I want. So, you know, I know that Rhoma would love people to hate Jason, but Jason can't hate himself. So there's a reason for everything that I do. There's a reason I love this woman. There's a reason why I'm with this other woman. So if I simplify it on that level, you know, I think it'll be a real complex character that you have to think about instead of just judging right away.
There are actually stick fighting. There should be various aspects of stick fighting in the play as well, right?
There are moments of it. I think a lot of the stick fighting has to do, again, about creating the background of the character. A lot about how I stand on stage, how I use the stick on stage. And it's more of a fusion of all of those parts.
Yeah, it's what I did as the director. And I'm also, excuse me, what I did as the director is use the nuances and the narrative of Carnival as a theatrical device, so that the stick fighter, Jason is a stick fighter, but you don't necessarily going to see stick fighting on stage. What you see is how he moves, his vocabulary, his body language, right? The things that you do, you'll just see images of the stick fighting, or the calendar, as it's called, inside of his portrayal. Yeah.
Because I was wondering if you would have had to learn any, you know, sort of aspect of it
he had
as
to.
well.
Yeah.
Because even the portrayal, if you just have to portray certain aspects of it, you have to learn how they stand.
Exactly.
How they hold.
And there are different languages. Yeah, there's something called carry. All right, how do you carry? Carry is to block, right? So all of that comes as an extension of his vocabulary on stage as an actor.
Now, another thing, I noticed that you've got an American accent. This is a Trini thing.
Yeah,
not
this
American.
is a Trini thing. What is it?
Canadian.
It's Canadian.
Yeah.
My apologies. I know how you all are with those things. Canadian, my sincerest apologies.
That's why I said don't go there.
But what is it like though for the character? Because it's a Trini character, it's a mass character, it's local.
Right.
Were you able to do the Trini voice, or did you use, I'm just curious.
Well, my cousin met Rhoma and he told her that he's taking me to Malik, and when he's done with me, I'll have some. So I have something, I have something. But I'm originally from Trinidad. And just, I try to immerse myself while I was here, you know, as much as I can. Again, musicality, even with that character, the use of drum and the chanting is so rich. So it's just about immersing myself and then trying to find the pieces that, you know, can make my character as solid as possible.
How did you get involved in this?
Well, I know Rhoma from the work that she's been doing up in Canada, and she reached out to me and she said, would you like to come to Trinidad? So, and I said yes. That's a good start. That's the best way.
Jumped at it.
Well, if you want to get someone to do something, tell them what they want to hear first. So, yeah, and when she told me about the project, you know, the opportunity to get to be home for this extended amount of time was important for me. My family was going to be coming here during Carnival.
Best time.
So it just seemed like everything was just about timing and coming back to my roots, and, you know.
Yeah, so it's just like coming home.
Right, yeah.
There you go. Now this is running, it's February 9th to 12th. I wonder if I should let you give the dates, because I have February 9th to 12th, then the 16th to the 19th, and then the 2nd to the 5th.
Yes, it is.
Right.
We just suspend the performance for Carnival, the Carnival week, and we resume the day after Ash Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's actually continuing after Carnival, so that's fantastic. So people who may not have the time to get it.
Who came in during the Carnival week, they're able to pick it up after Carnival. Yeah.
So once again, February 9th to 12th, so it's starting later on this week. 16th to 19th, this Thursday, and then March 2nd to 5th, and it's all happening at Little Carib Theatre.
Little Carib Theatre, and you can get your tickets at the box office at Little Carib Theatre, or you can go online at our website. It's carnivalmedea.wordpress. And please, I know a lot of people thinking it's Tyler Perry's Medea. It's not. It is Medea. Tyler got his Medea from the Greeks Medea, right? So it's the original, M-E-D-E-A, Medea. carnivalmedea.wordpress.com. You can reserve your tickets online or buy your tickets online at that website. And yeah, come out to see. I mean, at the end of the day, the play is about a woman who get horn, and how she deal with the tabanka. Simple as that. And of course, I forgot to mention that the makomes, the makos, which is the chorus, as in the Greek chorus, they are called makos, and they are Dame Lorenz.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
I can just.
And it stars Penelope Spencer,
Right.
Cecilia Salazar, Marie Chan Juderty, Susan Hannes Abraham. Those are the Makos. And Medea is played by Tishana Williams, and of course Jason. And there's Kern Samuel as well. He plays the role of Creon and Aegeus. And we have two actors from Barbados. It's quite an international cast. Not only myself and him coming in from Canada, but there is also from Barbados, courtesy the National Cultural Foundation of Barbados. We have Sonia Williams and Levi King, the two Bajan actors.
How did you put this cast together? Because you have Canadian, you have Bajan, you have Trinidadian.
Yeah. Well, when I did the auditions in Trinidad, it was in, around July. Yeah, somewhere in July. My friend, who is the theater officer at the National Cultural Office Foundation in Barbados, asked me if I wouldn't consider auditioning Barbadian actors. And I outright said no, because in my head it's a very Trinidadian play. How do I wrap my head around a Bajan accent inside of that? And then she kind of showed me, she put it all in perspective, coming from a CARICOM perspective and something called CSME, which I'm not quite sure exactly what it means now, but it has to do with, not just artists, but Caribbean nationals being able to access work throughout the Caribbean.
Yes, yeah.
And she thought that, it must extend to artists as well. And I thought it was a really good idea. So I auditioned them via Skype, and they just blew the Trinidadians out of the pack. Yeah, they were that good. Yeah, because truth be told, I'd already cast the entire play because I was so sure, may not use Bajans,
That's
and then they came on board. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
So this is going to be fantastic. It's Carnival Medea, a Bacchanal.
A Bacchanal.
M-E-D-E-A, not M-A, not Medea.
Not
as Tyler
Medea.
Perry's. No, not Medea. Carnival Medea, Bacchanal, and it's happening at the Little Carib Theatre, starting on the 9th of February, running till the 12th, then this little break, then it's 16th to the 19th, and then once again, March 2nd to 5th. You can get your tickets at
the Little Carib Theatre box office, or you can go online at carnivalmedea.wordpress.com, where you can buy your tickets online or book your tickets online as well. Also,